I love this song right here. We got a hit. Where my overcomers at? Where my overcomers at in the building? Stand up. You can't stop me now. 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 Everybody say it. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now.
Well, hello to all my Born Forward family. This is Pastor Antwan Butler back for another episode of Born Forward. That's right. I need you to cross your arms and say that you may not have been born in it. You may not have been born with it, but you were born forward. That's right. You were born forward. Listen, I'm so excited to have y'all back for another episode of Born Forward. You watch this YouTube channel because I believe that some of you were like me, right? You believe that there was a deeper sense of meaning, a deeper sense of purpose for your life, and you just needed somebody to inspire you to bring it out. And that's why this YouTube channel was created, for people just like you. So listen, you know I only have you for 7 minutes, so I want to get right into what I want to talk to you about today. I need you to get your tools. I need you to get your pen. I need you to get your paper, and we're going to go to work. So the theme for today, that's right, I need you to get this in your heart. I need you to get this in your head. I need you to get this in your mind. There is a saying, what would you do if this was your last day on earth? What would you do if this was your last day on earth? I want to say to you, what would you do if it was their last day on earth? Not your last day. What would you do if it was their last day on earth? Well, Antwan, who in the world is they? Who in the world is there? There could be your spouse. There could be your friend. There could be your business partner. There could be your pastor. Anybody in your sphere of influence that you have the ability to impact their life. I know that we're in a situation where we're in trying times, right? And all of us are doing the best that we can to survive and to take care of our families. But one of the things that I know about leaders is that we rise to the occasion. One of the characteristics that I love about leadership is that we care for other people, right? So if you had somebody that was entrusted to your care, that was entrusted to your influence, and you were able to make an impact on their life, what would you do if it was their last day, right? I want to give you three things just to think about. And y'all know I love mnemonic devices, so I'm going to give you 3 G's, right? So this person, I want you to get them on your mind. You know who I'm talking about. I don't know who they are. I don't know their name, but you know who I'm talking about, right? So the first G, I want to give you some G's. If it was their last day on earth, what would you govern for them? Right? If it was their last day on earth, what would you sit down with that person and say, you know what? I'll help you get through this. I'll help you manage this. I'll help you take care of it. I'm going to take a piece of my life, a piece of my time, a piece of my resources, and I'm going to knit my life to your life because I understand that we are better together. As a matter of fact, I understand that my responsibility to you is to help you on this side of heaven or on that side of heaven. What would you help another person govern? It doesn't have to be a person in a situation where it's about to be fatal. They're about to lose their life. But it could be a situation where they're about to lose their mind, right? So your responsibility may be, I'm going to help you govern your day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help you plan your day. I'm going to call you in the morning and I'm going to pray with you, right? I'm going to do confessions with you. I'm going to be responsible for keeping contact with you for the next 21 days. I want to help you govern your life. If it was their last day, how would you treat the relationship differently, right? So, and the second G I want to give to you, if it was that person's last day, you know the person that I'm talking about. If it was their last day, what would you gather from them? In other words, let me give you a synonym. What would you glean from them? I know time has passed and you've looked at the relationship and you thought that there wasn't much that you can learn, but I'm telling you that a real learner, an avid learner, understands that you can learn something from everyone. Sometimes it's what to do, and other times it's what not to do. But if it was their last day on earth, what would you sit down and have a conversation with them about? Would you talk to them about their previous experiences and their successes and their failures? Would you talk to them about their mountaintop experiences, right? Or their valley experiences? Would you talk to them about their hurts, their pains, right? Their wins and their losses? Would you spend time with them gathering and gleaning information, right, to grow your own life? You know, John Maxwell says something that I agree with. He says, when you become a leader or when you become successful, sometimes you forget about people, right? And success is all about people. As a matter of fact, one of the things I love about God is that God is in the people business. So he said that it's important as a leader, the higher you go, to walk slowly through the crowd. In other words, we have to always have our imaginary glasses on, where we are being sympathetic and sensitive to the needs of others, knowing that in every moment, every situation, that we can always learn from those that are directly in our sphere of influence. What would you learn? What kind of conversations would you have with grandmother tomorrow? What kind of conversations would you have with mom and with your sister? I know that you don't spend a lot of time on the phone, but maybe this is a good week to say, you know what? We never talked about when we were 16, right? You never told me about your experience when you went off to college. Share some of your stories. Share some of your successes. What would you glean if it was their last day, right? And last but not least, it's my favorite one. What would you do if it was their last day on earth? Would you give to them? Absolutely. Would you be a person that's willing to invest in their life? Maybe it's their last day on earth physically and they have a bucket list. Would you contribute? Right? If it was their last day on earth, would you give of your time? Right? If it was their last day on earth, would you give of yourself to comfort? Would you give of yourself to share a space, to share your resources? If it was their last day on earth, would you be a giver? It is interesting that it is always in times of crisis where we are pushed into positions of sympathy and compassion. But really, for leaders, it should be the disposition that we walk in all the time. If it was that person's last day on earth, what would you be willing to give? Is it something that you've been holding dear to your heart, that you said that you'll never give away, that you've been keeping most of your life? And if it required their happiness or momentary contentment, would you give it? Would you unleash it? Would you release it into the life of another person if it called for it? Would you be a giver? So I want you to be thinking this week, right, as a leader, as part of the Born Forward family, there is somebody in my life that I can bring into my sphere of influence who needs to feel my impact. And I'm going to change my perspective just for a few moments. And I'm going to think to myself, if this was their last day, how would I benefit their life? And I'm telling you, momentum in the relationship is going to swing. Something different about you is going to appear in their life, and they are going to feel the impact of a leader who has pressed herself right into their life and changed it forever. I'm telling you, you may not have been born in it. You may not have been born with it, but for this moment, you were born. God bless.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what He has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
That it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.